FM 66.6 The Static, where white noise comes with a prophecy. Today's episode, Before the Before. File 000. This is not a clean signal. This is not a travel blog. This is not a polished little content machine with its teeth bleached and its soul removed. This is what happens when a tired night driver points a camera at the dark and the dark starts pointing back. I take photos the way some people read bones, not because I think the camera knows the future. No, because sometimes the camera catches the argument between what a place is and what it remembers. The San Luis Valley does not explain itself. It sits there in the dark like an old god with dust on its boots. It gives you mountains. It gives you stars. Oh, it gives you roads that look innocent until they don't. It gives you houses shaped like warnings. It gives you silence so loud it starts growing teeth. And if you stay out there long enough, past the decent hour, past the sensible people, past the part where your body says, go home, sometimes the signal comes in. Not clean, never clear. Clear is for people who trust fluorescent lights. They come in sideways, through reflections, through motion blur, through bad sleep and instincts and a little animal part of the brain that still knows the woods are watching. I do not edit these images to make them pretty. Pretty is fine. Pretty can sit on the porch and drink tea. I'm after the thing underneath pretty. The bruises under the color. The omens under the landscape. The places where a photographer stops saying, this is what I saw, and the art starts saying, this is what saw me back. Sometimes I stack the images, sometimes I tear the night apart and lay it all over itself until the pieces confess. 5 stars become a hanging point, a mountain line becomes a sentence. A patch of color brush becomes the mouth of a door. The lights on the right side of a frame pull the eyes like a lantern left by something that knows your name, but shouldn't. The foreground is a portal. The mountains are an ending, but neither are the path. There is the first rule, and maybe the only rule. FM 66.6 is built from the scraps. Raw video, night photography, day trips with the family, cheap tools, bad roads, old grief, new jokes, and half-charged batteries. A phone camera doing its best impression of a third eye. The folk horror with the steering wheel. This is a desert radio for people who have been awake too long. This is a field report from the borders between art and omen. There will be stories, cursed objects, false advertisement, haunted landscapes, cheap joy, bad advice from the static, good advice from the worst places, little gods hiding in roadside weeds, monsters that know the difference between justice and cruelty, and jokes told at the edge of the grave, because sometimes that is the only place humor still has a job. But before the stories, there is a signal. Before the monsters, there is a road. Before the prophecy, there is a person standing in the dark, making something because not making it would be worse. This project is not about pretending the world is magical. The world is already magical. The problem is that people keep sanding it down, calling that maturity. They pave over wonder. They sell it back as loneliness is branding. They turn every strange thing into either a product or a diagnosis. FM 66.6 does not accept that bargain. Here, the weird stays weird. The poor things get dignity, and the broken things get names. Haunted things get a microphone, and the beautiful things are allowed to be ugly around the edges, and the ugly things are not automatically denied beauty. This is for everyone who's ever looked at the dark road and felt it looking back. For everyone who has ever found comfort in the static because silence is too sharp. For everyone who knows a place can hold memory. And for everyone who has ever made art out of scraps, survival, spite, grief, boredom, love, or the holy need to say no. I was there. I saw this. It mattered. FM 66 is not asking you to believe. Belief is your business. Static only asks you to listen. If the sky remembers and the land forgets, then somebody has to keep the record. FM 66 is static, where white noise comes with a prophecy. Now go on, get before something follows you home. FM 66.6, the static.